I got to tell you something. I just found this out recently, and the friend of mine who told me will not, I don't think, be upset by this. I found out that someone on the outer ring of my social circle, who I thought who's always sort of pleasant to my face, said to this person we both know, "How can you be friends with Maureen? She's a fascist."
A fascist?
She's a fascist. I guess, I don't know, because of where I work or because I come on your show or I work for you. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I just laughed out loud when I heard it because clearly I think this person really believes it.
Right.
And like, that's so stupid.
Yes.
So stupid.
But so fun when you realize how dumb certain people, you know, who have been in your life are that you didn't know. Like, it's a big reveal. Like, wow, okay. But it's just so funny. I would never hold a friend's politics against her. I don't care who you vote for. I really don't. Could not care less, actually. If you want to ask me about my thoughts on politics or whatever, I'll tell you, obviously. I do that for a living. And I'll listen to yours too. I'm not offended by somebody else being a liberal or voting for Kamala. You know, it's not something I would do, but I'm not offended by it. It's only the left. It's just, they're so intolerant. They're so hypocritical. All right, let's keep going. Have you been following the Nancy Guthrie, Nancy Benet Ramsey?
A little bit. A lot.
Okay. Trump weighed in again.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, 2 weeks ago, he was saying, like, we've got it solved. And that,
well, he said, I think some good things are about to happen. And that was the day before Kash Patel released that video.
It's ambiguous, if I'm being honest. He said it on a Friday night, and Kash Patel released the stuff on a Tuesday.
Okay.
And there were reports that the FBI had just found it, like that day or on Monday, and they released it immediately. So to this moment, I don't totally know if that's what Trump was talking about. I think it is. I feel like they probably did have it and he knew, or maybe they at least stumbled upon it at Google and they had told the president. That's plausible to me because Trump he actually doesn't, unlike what the left says about him, run out there and say shit that he can't back up. But now that's why I'm more bummed about his current messaging, which does not sound hopeful. He got asked again on Air Force One. This time, I think the last time too, was by Peter Doocy about like, what do you think on the Nancy Guthrie case? And this is where Trump went with it yesterday. Here it is, SOT 7.
Based on what you've been told, what do you think happened to Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy?
Boy, it's so crazy. It's so bad. I didn't like when they were talking about going after the pacemaker and you know, before they even started going after it, they're coming and reporting it. So if in fact they could do it that way, the person would say, well, I'm not going to let that happen, right? So bad things would happen if he not going to let that happen. I can't imagine why they would have done that. And just in terms of strategy, just one little piece, I don't know, but we have to start reporting on other subjects also to see what happens. It's a very sad situation.
That doesn't sound so hopeful, Maureen. Doesn't sound like a man who just got good news from Kash Patel about where the investigation is.
I've been thinking about this a lot because I've really loathed this sheriff since day one. And I just wish I don't know what the mechanism would be to just remove him and the sheriff's office and just let the FBI run point on this.
Please.
And contain the messaging because he's no longer giving pressers, but any outlet that asks, he will talk to you. And I was listening to your show this morning about the amount of times he like weeps.
Yeah, or tries to.
And there's like this weird inversion of like his level of competence. Like he won't realize how incompetent he truly is. And his love of media attention. And anybody who had an iota of self-awareness would know, well, I'm in way over my head on this one. I should run from the media. I should let the FBI deal with this messaging because Trump just said something really smart there. They said, we're now looking for the pacemaker. So whoever did this is going to go retrieve that pacemaker and destroy that pacemaker. So strategically, that's pretty idiotic.
Yeah, if Nancy's been killed. Exactly.
But is it possible that the pacemaker still emits even if the person is dead? So there's
it does. Yeah. Not only is it possible, it's probable. They say they do. That's what normally happens. It would continue emitting. It just won't be communicating with the iPhone unless the iPhone's within 30 feet of it. But yeah, it's still sending out a signal. And if you get close enough, you can potentially detect it. But his point is a good one, which is basically, why do we know this? if we're trying to like find someone who's in the custody, we presume, of a bad man,
Right.
why are we telegraphing to the bad man what we're doing?
Here's what we're looking for, so you can go hide it.
Yes.
You know, I feel so terrible for Savannah Guthrie and her family because I remember when my dad died, I didn't want to go over to stay with him until first responders got there. But I went and met my brother at the funeral home. And I remember the first question I said to the funeral director was, "Where is he?" And it shocked me. I never thought I would think that way about someone I loved who was dead. I should know logically. They came and they took him away and they brought him to the funeral home. And she said, "Oh, he's here. He's in the other room." And it was only, that was a key thing I needed to hear so that I could begin really grieving properly. And I fundamentally understood in my bones in that moment why the families of the missing and the dead spend their entire lives trying to find the remains.
It's tortuous. I mean, they may never know. And it's sad because like the news cycle around the story is drying up, clearly because the police are either running out of leads or have finally decided to stop sharing them. And when that happens, the media does disappear. That's natural. That's the way news works. And when the media disappears, so does the pressure on the police. There will no longer be 400 law enforcement officers on this case when the media packs up and leaves Tucson. There will not. And so for all this, like this, once again, this local congresswoman, she's an Arizona state representative who continues every day to shame the media for covering this case.
What?
She's very mad at the influencers who say whatever they want. You know what? All you need to be saying is thank you. Thanks for being here and calling attention to the Nancy Guthrie case. Thanks to all those influencers you're shitting on. She's a household name. Okay? Like it's not because NBC does one report a day on the Today Show on Nancy Guthrie, and their ratings are a shadow of what they used to be. Their show is actually not that well watched. It's the collective that's making her a ubiquitous household name.
Yep.
And what we don't need is to shame the media, who's now feeling like, do they even want us here? Like, maybe we should peace out of here. Like, when there's no longer any reason to, and they're not getting daily news updates, they will leave. And then they're going to be really sorry.
They will leave. And the other thing that's so key about this is the the outlets that regard themselves as more august and above this kind of reportage, you know, the New York Times, et cetera, the way they covered this story or covered it, I don't think they're covering it as assiduously anymore, is why is the media so obsessed? You know, they turn it into a meta story and they remove the actual heart of the story, which is that a woman who is the mother of a very famous person in America was abducted from her bed in the dead of night, and it's terrifying and nobody has a lead. And instead it's like, what's wrong in the American psyche? What's wrong with all the little minds out there?
And then you know what comes right after that?
What?
Why don't they do this for Black people?
Oh, right.
That's the next thing is they only do this for a privileged white lady who lives in Tucson. It's like
on stolen land.
Let me tell you right now that I don't know if Hoda's mom is still alive, but if Hoda Kotb's mom, God forbid, something like this happened to her, they'd cover it just as much.
Holy shit. You know what? So I was talking to Rob Shooter the other day, and he had this amazing report that Don Lemon took out extra security for his mother.
Nobody wants Don's mother.
No, but he wants people to want, excuse me, he wants people to want his mother so that he can get this kind of media coverage.
Did I tell you? So I talked to my mom about security. I'm like, Mom, just FYI. And I let her know a couple of things. And I did worry that she might be a little worried. And she found out that we were going to be taking a look at her. And she was so excited. She was like, I can tell all my friends. She wants to be in danger. She wants it's like, ha, people want to get me. But they don't. It's not true. It's just my mom. She's very funny. Gotta love Linda. International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There is a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it is a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to the number 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.